Hi, I'm David and welcome to another video. We are London and Home County Safes, and today we're taking a look at this offering from Chubbsafes. This is their Alphaplus range of safes, and this particular model is the Alphaplus size 2 digital safe. So this is us, London and Home County Safes, on londonsafes.co.uk. On bolted safes like this one from Chubbsafes, it's free delivery and free installation in the areas that you see at the bottom of this banner there. However, if you are outside of that area, we can still deliver it to you. It will come on a courier, but it will be for DIY installation or getting someone to install it for you. So let's kick off and have a look at this size 2 in the Alphaplus. Designed for, or suitable rather, for securing up to £3,000 in cash or up to £30,000 in valuables. And the external dimensions of this safe: it has a height of 270mm, a width of 350mm, and a depth of 345mm. We'll look at the internal dimensions once we've got the door of the safe open. Steel construction, powder coated, and this weighs in at 26 kilograms. So it's an electronic safe, battery operated. We'll look at where the batteries are in a sec. To open the safe, it's a touch screen, so you need to touch the front of the safe to activate the keypad and then enter your PIN number. The default code from the factory is 4 zeros, and then it says OK, and it's pulling the bolts back on its own, which it's done. So there are the bolts of the safe that it's withdrawn into the door as you entered the code correctly. Looking at the inside of the door here, you can see that it's got a series of LEDs that illuminate the interior of the safe for you, which can be very useful in a dark cupboard. That's the battery door. It takes 4 AA cells that you just can replace as and when need be. They normally last a long time. A year, 2 years, 3 years with very little use is not unusual, but we recommend changing the batteries annually. So looking inside, before we look at the details of the inside, let's talk about those internal dimensions. So we have an internal height of 190mm, internal width of 270mm, and the internal depth is 252mm. And the capacity, so the storage capacity, but we'll go into that in a little bit more detail, is 13 litres. They're measured like fish tank safes because it's like a rectangular or a square box, so it's in litres. So inside the safe we have a single repositionable or removable shelf. As you can see on the side there, we've got these 4 different positions that it can be put into. And the safe comes with this sort of carpet effect at the bottom, which I'm just going to remove. And that reveals one of the fixing holes here, which is there, and there's another one at the back in that corner. So there's 2 fixing holes in the base, and there's also 2 in the rear. I'll take the shelf out so you can see those. Hopefully you can make those out. One in the top left hand corner there and one in the bottom right hand corner. That's the fixing holes, and now you can see those shelf brackets a bit better now. So just talking about the mechanism of the safe, as you shut the door, what happens is this micro switch here engages, and that will then throw the bolts out and lock it. I'll demonstrate that to you now. If you've opened the safe sort of quickly and the LED lights are still on, so it's only a few seconds since you opened it, as you shut the door it's already going to close and the bolts are going to throw out. Whereas if it's been a while, like you left the door open for 5 minutes or whatever, and the LED lights are now out on the inside, so they're not on anymore, then what's going to happen is it's not going to do anything when you shut the door. It doesn't know, it's sort of gone to sleep if you like, so it's still not locking. So what we do is we just activate the keypad and now shut it. So all I did was just touch anywhere on the keypad and it recognised that you wanted it to wake up, and as I shut the door it locked the bolts. We talked about the batteries, so there are a couple of tricks that this safe has got that I just want to show you now. The knob here is just decorative. I just don't think it does anything at all. But this pops out, this cover pops out, and it reveals 2 things. It reveals the terminals here for a 9-volt battery. So let's say those batteries have gone flat and the safe's locked. Well, what are you going to do? So you've got means 1 to open it is by powering it externally with a 9-volt battery, and you'll see those terminals kind of match on there. And all you need to do is just pop that in there and the battery will stay there. It's now powered the electronics. You tap your number in and the safe opens. Or if you don't have that 9-volt battery on hand, they have, or you've forgotten the code for that matter, Chubbsafes supply you with these 2 keys, and that's what that other opening is. That's your keyhole, and the key goes in a bit harder than the left hand, and you turn it and you've opened it in a manual way, not involved with the electronics at all. 2 of these keys are supplied. We suggest that you keep them at a different geographical location, maybe with a trusted loved one or at work or something like that, and they do put this warning on the safe: do not store the key in the safe itself, with an exclamation mark. So my verdict on this, it's okay. It's not the best of safes that I think around about that price point, maybe a little bit more. I think it's worth spending a bit more on a safe, and I would strongly recommend that you have a look at our Bloomsbury range. We have a video on that particular range, which is one of our, if not our most favourite safe, and there's a link to that now in the top right hand corner. I think it's the top right hand corner. Otherwise there's a link at the end of this video, right at the very end. In terms of internal storage capacity, let's look at what you can get in there. I'm just going to take the shelf out for this next bit. So I haven't gone mad just yet, but why have I got a Coke can here? Well, I use a Coke can. It's an ordinary Coke can, 330 millilitres. Could be any soft drink can. It's just an object that I think that most people are familiar with, because I know looking online at a safe it can be difficult to kind of figure out how big is it, how big isn't it, what will fit in, what won't. So if there's an object that people are familiar with, I find it can be useful. I'm going to pop that in the safe, and there it is. It's right at the back of the safe. That gives you a good indication of how deep the safe is there. I removed the shelf for the purpose. I could have just taken the shelf brackets up one more place, and then the Coke can would have gone underneath, but I don't think you'd have got the same sort of visual effect of the space inside the safe. Let's look at something else now. So I've got here kind of box that luxury watches come in, and let's just pop that into the safe. The carpet does move about a bit, that is one thing I would say. But once stuff's in, it should stay put. So that can give you an idea on that. We'll try something else now. I've popped a bit of paper inside, a bit of A4 paper, and as you can see, doesn't quite lay flat in there. I've had to curl it up at one end there, so it's not really ideal for paperwork. Folders, A4 folders, things like that, no way, they're not going to go in there, I'm afraid. So hopefully you're going to buy a safe from us, and we're going to come and install it for you. So during the checkout process, if you are doing that, thank you if you are, there's a number of accessories that you can purchase. So the first one is a automatic light, battery operated, 3 AAA cells, and it's got a little movement sensor, and that pops onto the underside of the top of the safe, and as you open the safe the light comes on, illuminates the contents. Very useful for dark cupboards or wardrobes, things like that, so you can see what's going on in there. Then we have this, which is a flame retardant wallet, so you can put your A4 documents and bits and pieces in there for extra fire protection. We have a carpet base if you want a carpet in the bottom of your safe. As you see, they don't come with one. If you want one, then that's an optional extra. This is a pair of Faraday pouches for putting car keys in. Key cloning, theft of cars is very, very common now. You put your keys in here, and the people with the dodgy equipment can't pick up the signal in the house to take your car away. And finally, we have this dehumidifier box, which you can put inside the safe. It's reusable. You can dry it out on a radiator, absorbs moisture, protects things from condensation, because you can get condensation form inside a big steel box like that. Also useful for keeping firearms dry as well, and these are all recommended accessories for your safe that are available at checkout. So yeah, that's kind of it. Thank you for watching. Just to repeat, we're London and Home County Safes, londonsafes.co.uk. If you've got any questions, just give us a call. The number is 0208 445 0001. There is a free phone number as well on the website. I can never remember it, but we're here and happy to answer any questions. People have questions about where the safe is going to be fitted and how it can be fitted in their home or business and things like that. Happy to answer all of those inquiries, and thanks for watching.
Free delivery and free installation. Your safe will be delivered and professionally installed by one of our own vetted employees who will arrive in an unmarked vehicle. Get in touch online or call us on 0800 711 7892.